Our goal each morning is simple. It's to get you ready for the business day ahead. Chinese stocks plunging overnight, dropping so much that trading was halted.
The global sell-off continues.
Crude crushed, stocks slammed, oil prices plunging below $28 a barrel, sparking a sell-off in equities around the world.
The relentless sell-off. The common thread here is slowing global growth. The Bank of Japan taking the global markets by surprise. The BOJ cutting interest rates below zero for the first time in its history.
It's finally here, the day that will determine the future of Great Britain in the European Union. Breaking news, the UK votes out of the European Union. An historic day here in Great Britain.
It is a new day in the UK.
It certainly is indeed, Sarah. Let's get straight to the market reaction, which is severe.
The concern is this will pressure other European members and will rally the Eurosceptics.
Live in Brussels, where European leaders are set to meet for a crucial summit following last week's Brexit vote.
Please, can we just end this complete rubbish? FTSE is up 3% today.
Well, yeah, but it's fallen sharply before that.
It's 12% up from February. Can we all grow up? Stop this absolute scaremongering nonsense.
You know what I'm going to say. Don't trust the betting markets. They were dead wrong on the Brexit vote. It is election night coverage. It is a historic one, and it is 4 a.m. in New York. Donald Trump declaring victory in the presidential race. So much surprise, and so much was wrong. The pundits, the polls, the odds, the markets. The question from here, is the reaction going to be a Brexit playbook?
Deja vu from the 23rd of June in terms of the level of surprise, the level of market reaction, and really how this came about as well. We saw an immediate and sharp sell-off in the global markets.
U.S. equity futures have been extremely volatile in early trade as the votes started turning in Trump's favor.
The Trump rally, stocks jumping post-election.
The Trump rally rolls on. We've got a double-digit gain going into the 8th year of the bull market. Mr. Stump goes back to Washington. The Wells Fargo CEO set to face another grilling from lawmakers.
Mr. Stump, will you willingly give up your own bonuses ahead of the board decision to discuss it? Wells Fargo fallout, John Stump is gone.
We are joined by Tim Sloan, the new CEO. Do you feel sorry for him?
Wilfred John's a friend of mine. There's no question that I feel sorry for him.
Newsmakers and news breakers, what's your main message?
Tax avoidance that's used to support inversions will be stopped, and tax avoidance that's egregious will be stopped.
The momentum in the last 10 days has been swinging back your way. Are you feeling confident?
This is once in a generation chance to take back control from an institution that is out of control.
Mr. Knight joins us for a rare and very special interview.
We just said from the very beginning we want to win the athlete's heart as well as his or her feet.
I wouldn't overreact to short-term data, and I'm not even sure the GDP data is actually that accurate anymore.
Our primary obligation, and it's set out in the law, is to do what's right for the American economy.
Are there similarities with what happened in the UK with Brexit and the rise of Donald Trump?
I think it's that what Donald Trump calls the middle class, disenfranchised middle class. We would describe them differently in Britain, but it's the same group of people.
One of the basic principles that we advocate as well is do no harm. And do no harm begins with trade.
Steve Schwarzman has been appointed as chairman of Donald Trump's Strategic Policy Forum today.
The issue is how do you build the United States? How do you create jobs, or in this case, keep jobs?
You can tell that the game of basketball is healthy and alive. So even like a little court ambush we did. People just want to see, players play basketball.
If you can figure China out, if you can crack the code on China, it's a massive step forward.
Your stock is up 29% since the election. Is Donald Trump really that good for Bank of America?
An election then basically focused people on a few things. Faster growth, that's good for Bank of America. A higher interest rate structure, that's good for Bank of America.
Companies like ours have to take the initiative and change our portfolios and change the way we operate.
To round off what we thought the biggest surprises of the year were.
Brexit, Trump, forget about it, the collapse in oil prices, the China scare at the beginning of the year.